I'll never forget the day it happened. It's etched into my memory like a scar, a permanent reminder of the fragility of life, even in a place where life feels so heavy and stagnant. ADX Florence isn't just a prison, it's a fortress of silence, a place where time seems to stand still, and every day bleeds into the next. The walls are thick, the air is cold, and the sounds, when there are any, are hollow, like echoes of a world that no longer exists. That day started like any other. I woke up to the sound of my cell door sliding open, the metallic clang jolting me out of another restless sleep. Breakfast was the same as always, a tray of lukewarm oatmeal, a slice of dry toast, and a small carton of milk. I ate in silence, staring at the same four walls I'd been staring at for years. The routine was comforting in its predictability. It gave me something to hold on to, something to anchor myself in a place where everything else felt like it was slipping away. But as the morning dragged on, I noticed something was off. The usual rhythm of the prison felt disrupted, like a record skipping on a track. The guards seemed more tense than usual, their voices sharper, their movements quicker. I could hear whispers drifting through the corridors, fragments of conversations that didn't make sense. "Did you hear what happened in Block C? They're saying he just snapped. It's bad, really bad." I tried to ignore it, to focus on the book I was reading or the small patch of sunlight that crept through the narrow window of my cell. But the tension was palpable, like a storm brewing just out of sight. Then it happened. It started with a shout, a guttural, primal sound that cut through the silence like a knife. I froze, my book slipping from my hands as I strained to listen. The shout was followed by the sound of running footsteps, the sharp crackle of radios, and then chaos. Get down now," a guard yelled, his voice trembling with a mix of anger and fear. I pressed my ear against the cold steel door of my cell, my heart pounding in my chest. I couldn't see what was happening, but I could feel it. The energy in the prison shifted, like the air itself was charged with electricity. My mind raced, trying to piece together what was going on. Was it a fight? An escape attempt? I didn't know, but the uncertainty was suffocating. Then came the screams. They weren't the angry, defiant screams I was used to hearing in a place like this. These were different, raw, desperate, filled with pain and terror. I'll never forget the sound of it. It was the kind of scream that makes your stomach twist and your blood run cold. I wanted to look away, to block it out, but there was nowhere to go. I was trapped, just like everyone else. The guards moved quickly, their boots slamming against the concrete floor as they rushed to contain the situation. I could hear the panic in their voices, the fear. Even they didn't know what to do. "Call for backup, now. We need a medic. Hurry." The minutes felt like hours as I sat there, helpless, listening to the chaos unfold. My mind raced with questions. Who was hurt? How bad was it? Was it someone I knew? The uncertainty was unbearable. When it was finally over, the silence returned. But it wasn't the same. It was heavier, darker, like the weight of what had just happened was too much for the walls to hold. I sat back down on my bunk, my hands shaking, my mind racing. I didn't know who was hurt or how bad it was, but I knew one thing. This place, this prison, it changes you. It takes pieces of you bit by bit until there's almost nothing left. Later, I heard the rumors. An inmate had snapped, attacked a guard, and things had spiraled out of control. Someone was hurt, maybe worse. I didn't ask for details, I didn't want to know. That night, as I lay in my bunk, staring at the ceiling, I couldn't stop thinking about the screams. They echoed in my mind, over and over, like a broken record. I thought about the man who had lost control, the guard who had been caught in the crossfire, and all the others who were just trying to survive in this place. ADX Florence isn't just a prison. It's a place where hope goes to die, where the weight of your mistakes follows you everywhere you go. And sometimes when the pressure gets too much, people break. I closed my eyes, but sleep didn't come. All I could think about was how fragile we all are, how close we all are to the edge. And I wondered, not for the first time, if I'd be next. The days that followed were quieter than usual, as if the entire prison was holding its breath. The guards were more cautious, the inmates more subdued, but the tension was still there, simmering beneath the surface, waiting for the next spark. I tried to go back to my routine, to find comfort in the predictability of it all. But every time I closed my eyes, I heard the screams. They were a reminder of what this place could do to you, of how easily it could strip away your humanity. I don't know how much longer I'll be here. Days, months, years. It all feels the same in a place like this. But I do know one thing. I won't let this place break me. Not completely. Because even in the darkest corners of ADX Florence, there's still a part of me that holds on. To hope, to humanity, to the belief that one day, this will all be just a memory. And until that day comes, I'll keep fighting. For myself, for the others, and for the chance to one day feel the sun on my face again, free from these walls.